Well, what are we fixing today? Today, I'm going to show you what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks with my pellet stove. I don't start my pellet stove every day. I start it every couple of weeks. It's been off now. It's been up in the 40s, so I don't run it when it's in the 40s. But the last few times I've started it in different ways to show you how I do it. I thought that would be interesting since I may have an interesting take or two on things. You never know. Here's my video. If you like it, please give me a like. If you think I'm crazy, give me a thumbs down. That's awesome. Subscribe if this gives you any help. A little bit bright there for you, sorry. So please enjoy. Thank you. We are going to start with my favorite way to start the fire. And here I have some stuff. There's some lint in here. We'll talk about that later. I also have some sawdust in here. This sawdust is kind of saturated with fuel oil, waste oil. It's kind of my stuff that I have drippy cars. Shocking, right? So this is what it's from, and also from got a fuel oil tank there that runs most of the house, or some of the house, to the backup, and that has a little drip. So take a handful of this sawdust, throw it in there. Let's turn on some more light. What I got in here? Not much. I'll just burn these up. Go ahead and put pellets on top. Got my lighter. Watch how fast this lights. Boop. Boop. Let's turn it on. This is the way. This is the first way of doing it. A little bit of fire and away it goes. That's the first way, probably the best way. Let's try a few more. Well, here's another good way to start your pellet fire. This is my dryer. Dryers make lint, and if you wonder why they say clean out your lint vent on occasion because it could build up with stuff, well, we're going to show you why. This is this is the filter. I'm going to take this dryer lint. This is way more than you need. Way more than you need. I'll put it back later. I'm going to use about half that. You can take that. In half. tough the lid. And I'm going to go up in the hopper. A handful of pellets. Scooper easier. A couple more. Won't hurt anything. So, close the hopper so that it works. I'm gonna come over here, start it up. Need to be a little more fluffy, I guess. Well, it usually goes a little better than that. Guess you need the whole piece. Oh, my glass is a little dirty. There. Had the light on. Didn't need that either. There we go. So I guess you need like that whole piece. I think it was packed too tightly. But that'll do it. Oh, come on, focus. So, dryer lint is another way to go. That's a little Scentsy burner, and for people who know what they are, you know what it is. For people who don't, this is what it is. You open up the top. Nope, it's glued down. There we go. You open up the top. It sits on there like that. Inside, there is wax. Underneath that, there's a bulb. It's burning, which is going to burn your eyes if I do that, but go like that. Now, all you do is take a piece of paper towel and stick it in there. This because, you know, when the wax is no good anymore, you have to get it out and put in fresh wax. And one-handed is a lot of fun. There's You can also use, since I'm in the bathroom, you can use some TP. Let's get out some more for another one. Well, there's another one. And the way this stuff works is it's a wax cube. Comes in one of these. And you pick the smell that you want, and inside here there's some essential oils or some scents or something. Don't know. Don't care. And you just put a fresh new cube in there. Like so. Cover it up. And now that will melt and the scent will come around. And then here, enough stuff to start 2 fires. So here we are with one of those wads of wax, and this is paper towel and wax. Stick it in there. So, pellets. Whip them around there. I'm sure I got a tail sticking out here. Put a couple of those underneath. There we go. Light this up. See how this goes. Start the stove up. And that's just using that paper towel and Scentsy wax. As you can see, that does a pretty nice job starting the fire. That's going to be just fine. So how about yet another way to start your fire? I don't know about you, but when I get my pellet bags, here I got a bunch of pellet bags hanging out, waiting for new uses. I got one of these things, and you take it and right across the top, and you cut the top of the bag off and then dump it out. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Let's see, this bag of pellets, and take one of these things. It's got a little blade in there. Right? Take it and in my hand, bag of pellets. Whoop. And when you're done, you end up with a bunch of these. Well, you take, throw a few pellets down there. Right. Take a couple. Well, turns out that I lost the footage for that, so I can't show you. Well, here, I'll show you. This is how you wrap up the tops. You take the top and you just roll it. And I sometimes use 2. I usually use 2, but I only have 1 here now because I'm kind of closed down the pellet stove for the season. But you take this and another one and you wrap it into a ball like this, and you stick this into the pellets, and then you light this. See if I got enough in there to make it go. Bet you I do. Now's a good time. You can hear my vibrator kick in. You'll be able to see when that light comes on. That means my top auger is moving. And whenever my top auger is moving, that same switch inside is, I got it tagged onto a couple of vibrators that are hooked to vibrators that came from an old chair, a massage chair, and I got one on each side of the hopper in there, and those vibrate the hopper. Now when the hopper's full like this, you don't even hardly notice it. When the fan's going, it you know, that's all you hear. But if it's getting down empty, when, you know, the point where the pellets start to stick, starts to hang up, well, then it vibrates like crazy, and it's actually very noisy. So one, it tells me that I gotta fill it up with pellets, and two, it rattles them down so it keeps burning. So you can see just a couple of these tops. I think it's going to get started. I haven't actually tried this before, but I think that's going to go. And if it don't, it don't. If it don't, I'm going to throw a couple more in there. There's still plastic in there to burn. I think that's going to go out though. Might have to stick some more there. And we'll bring up the heat. There are pellets burning in there. The other one hasn't started yet. But that plastic from the bags burns pretty warm once it gets going. What that bag there actually did was give that a little bit of a windbreak so that the pellets can catch instead of getting blown out from the pellet fan. That's not why I put it in there, but it's about to catch now. It's melting. Now the pellets are pretty much going underneath there. But that top piece of plastic bag hasn't really started yet. Once it does it, it's just about to go. Once it does, it'll add a lot of fuel in there and it'll make a lot of heat, but The pellets themselves down in the bottom are actually going. You can also hear I got an upper auger motor that's the motor drive is bad. Ah, there it starts. You can hear it making a noise. Whenever you hear a noise in an Englander, for sure, like that grinding that cycles about once a minute, that is actually the top auger motor. Here it comes around again, the sound. There, that's once a minute noise that if the top auger motor is having problems, it does that. You always want, in Englander, you always want the top motor to be your best motor, because you always want that one to run. If that one stops, it can actually burn back, and I've had it happen. So, with the pellets that are burning underneath and that extra heat that the top part of the bag is giving it and dripping down in there, this is well on its way. So there is yet another way to start your fire with something that you probably have laying around right next to your stove. Now I got a pile of them. Now for me, I don't usually burn those bags. I use those for things, although I got more than I need. These tops, I burn all them. I just roll them up like I show you. If I got a good fire going, I'll roll up about 5 of them in a ball like that and stick it in there and let it burn. Burns just fine. Oh, starting to get some good wood going there. So that's another way to start your fire. Well, that's my video. Hope you liked it. If it helped you at all, please give me a like. Thanks. Until next time. Bye.